This video covers the review for section 8.2. Number 2, state the domain and range of the relation. The domain is the set of all the x values that you see in the relation, and the range is the set of y values that you see. So the x values I see are 1, 5, 8, and 10, and we state those in set notation with the curly braces, 1, 5, 8, and 10. The range now is the set of y values, 3, 4, 4 is twice, and 13. So we get 3, 4, and 13. Letter B, when it's the ordered pairs graphed, we have to look at their coordinates. So this one's a -2, 1. This one is a 1, -2. This one is a 2, 1, and a 2, 3. And finally, this one is a 4, 4. So I start left and I see the x values that I get are -2, 1, 2. I don't list the 2 twice, but I list the 4. And then the range, we'll look down here at the bottom and we see the smallest y value is -2. And then we have a 1 twice, so we don't list that twice. And then 3 and 4. Letter C, here we have a graph. So there's a set of ordered pairs, but it's every single ordered pair on this graph. And so we see from the left-hand side, the graph starts at a -2, and the graph ends over here at +4. So it's the interval from -2 to +4. On the bottom of the graph, it goes down or up from a -2 up to a y = 2. So the y values included in this graph are from -2 to 2. Think about encompassing this in a rectangle. And then the left side of the box, which starts at -2, to the right side of the box, which is 4, is your domain. The bottom of the box, which is -2, to the top, which is 2, is the range. D, we can do that same sort of thing and encompass this entire graph in a box or a rectangle. The left side of the rectangle would be over here from -3. The right side would be over here at 3. The top of the rectangle would be at 4, and the bottom will be at -2. So the left side of the rectangle is from -3 all the way over to the right side, which is 3. The bottom of the rectangle is -2. The top of it's 4. In this case, this rectangle really was a square. And letter E, I see my first point is from -2, -1 to the right. So I can cap this graph off on the left, but on the top it just continues up. I can't cap it off on the top, nor can I cap it off on the right, but I can cap it off on the bottom. So the first x values that we'll see on this graph are going to be -2. It's going to be -2, and then it's going to go all the way to +infinity because this graph continues to the right. The range, the smallest y value I'm going to see is going to be here at -1, and it's going to go up to +infinity. Number 3, graph the relation x = -y² + 4 and find its domain and range using the graph. In 8.1, we saw that these graphs always looked like parabolas. There are always these U-shaped graphs. If it's x equals y, then the graph is either to the right or to the left. And if it's a negative, then they open up to the left. We start by setting y equal to, we just want to make the piece under the square 0, so that would be y equals 0. And then x is equal to the opposite of 0 squared plus 4, which is 0 plus 4, or 4. So x would be 4, and y would be 0. When we set y equal to 1, we have x is equal to the opposite of 1 squared plus 4, negative 1 plus 4, which is 3. So 3, 1. If I do y equals 2, then that's the opposite of 2 squared plus 4, negative 4 plus 4, which is 0. And 0, 2. When I plug in y equals 3, then x will be the opposite of 3 squared, which is negative 9, plus 4, which is negative 5. And the last one, if y is equal to 4, then x will be the opposite of 4 squared, which is negative 16 plus 4, or negative 12. So once you have your points on the top, you place your points on the bottom. And there's the parabola. Now to find the domain, we try to cap it off on the left and the right if we can. But since the graph continues to the left indefinitely, this graph is said to start over here at negative infinity. But it does go all the way over here to the x value of 4. Negative infinity to 4. The graph continues up and down as well, so I can't cap it off on the bottom of the top. So the range is all real numbers, negative infinity to positive infinity. And this concludes the video for section 8.2 review.